How often have you taken the time to listen to yourself? To listen to yourself very deeply. All it needs is a simple, consistent effort in paying attention to yourself. I'm a conscious music artist and a transformational coach, and right now I'm very, very excited about using musical and sonic elements in coding human consciousness with the infinite possibility that lies within each life. And that's what I call the conscious music code. And towards that, I am building a lot of research material. And because of this, I want to ask you again, what is it that you feel that you could have maybe listened to more attentively about your own self that could have improved the quality of your life? Now, coming to the conscious music bit, I feel strongly that this feeling, once we identify what it is that we need to listen to and maybe something we missed out on because we didn't pay attention, that thing which we come up with, there's probably a sound which we can associate with that feeling and represent that feeling with that sound. So if suppose that sound is played or that sound comes from anywhere, you can immediately feel that thing which you weren't paying attention to. And the sound of it's kind of like the sound of your inner voice, what it's trying to tell you. Now that sound could be musical, it could be something like which has nothing to do with music but just a sound. It could be loud, it could be soft, it could be coming from far away, closer to you, or moving away from you, or it could be coming from a certain height. It could come from anywhere, and it could be of any quality, any texture, any kind. But can you try to find a sound that represents something about your own self which for a long time you haven't been able to take the time to listen to? So the step one is to find time to pay attention to yourself, listen to yourself. Second step would be to find the thing itself. And then third would be a very essential step which would help me a lot with my work, is to find any sound that you can associate with this feeling or this thing that comes up. Tell me what that sound is. You don't have to tell me what it is that you haven't listened to about yourself. We are in a day and age where we spend a lot of time going outwards, into things, and that's because we have to, for the sake of not just survival but also improving our lives in with our work and all the roles that we play. We step into various situations and play different roles, and we want to be very good at each one of them, and constantly involved in the outside world. And if you ask me, we could probably represent each of those elements of the outside world with different kinds of sounds and musical elements or something like that. But I've worked with that already in the conscious music code. Yet I feel, if you ask me today, I would feel more passionate and excited about knowing the sound of the inner you, the inner voice, whatever it's trying to tell you. And I want to find what it is. What is the sound for you? You do not try to manipulate what you're trying to say to yourself with smart thoughts which you create only so that you can fit into situations better. Because I think we do that. We tell ourselves things and we suppress the inner voice, and we tell ourselves those things which can help us fit into situations better and survive through that, thrive in those situations. But somewhere in all of that, we've lost the inner voice. We've lost what we were trying to whatever we were truly feeling at that point. So even if we don't like that feeling, the truth is, at that time, if you were feeling a certain thing that needed attention, and only if we could acknowledge what you were feeling at that time, can we change it, if at all we need to change it? So if I'm feeling something not so good right now, by suppressing it, I'm not in any way reducing the power of it. I'm only making it worse, because it is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and then come out in some other way. In the Conscious Music Code, my signature program, which I'm constantly developing and growing with, I do certain things with that sound which can work on truly transforming what you feel, if that needs transformation, if that needs improvement, if that needs anything. And if it's good, then it'll only amplify it and make it even more wonderful. So either ways, I'm using the element of sound to do that. I would just love it if you can be a part of my research and be part of my process of developing the Conscious Music Code and taking it to the next level.